Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetstudios.com and today we are going to review the LG G2. Here we have the device and we have actually purchased this device, and I really like this device because the overall specifications of the device are kind of very good, and I have been using this device for like more than 3 to 4 days now, and I have already unboxed the device. I'm just going to do the unboxing for you as of now. And as far as the packaging of the LG G2 is concerned, this is a very minimalistic kind of packaging which LG has actually provided this time. There are no specification mentioned, at least on this box which I have got. So let's unbox the device and let's take a look what we have in the package. So the first thing which we get in the package is the LG Optimus G2. I opted for the black color and it looks really good. It will also not get dirty over time with the dust. It does have a glossy back cover, as you can see, which again cannot be removed, and this is how the device looks like. And again, device is really thin, as well as it is quite light as well as compared to the other smartphones which we have seen in the same hardware configuration and the same display size. What all we have in the package is this, and then we have the universal USB charger which comes within the package, as you can see. So you get the universal USB charger, and the output current from the charger is 1.2 ampere. You get the good quality micro USB cable within the package. As you can see, this is the micro USB cable, pretty good. And then you get the quad feed in-ear headphones which also comes within the package of this phone. So these are the headphones which you will get within the package, and again they are different in terms of the design, I would say, as compared to the ones which we have seen in LG Optimus G Pro and other LG phones, including LG Optimus G as well. They are kind of nicely designed, I would say, for your ears, and they are in ear, and they does give you very good build quality. And you also have a mic module on this device with a button to pick the call, as you can see, and you do have buttons for the volume increase and decrease on this module. As you can see, you have a L-shaped kind of audio lead which is not gold plated but looks good, and the overall sound quality which we have heard from these earphones is really good. You also get some extra earbuds with these headphones. These are all the things which we have got in the package. Let's take a look over the device now. So here we have the LG G2, and this is one of the best designed smartphone which I have seen as far as button layout is concerned, because we do not see any buttons on the edges. As you can see over here, there are no buttons on this device as far as edges are concerned. There are no buttons on the front as well. There are 3 buttons which are there at the back side, which are below the 13 megapixel camera. This is the power and sleep key which we have on the device with an LED indicator over here, and I will show you what is the significance of this one. And you have the volume rocker, which are again very nicely designed matte finish buttons, easy to press, and these are all the buttons which you have on this device. Apart from these, there are no buttons on the device either on the edges or on the front display. Now talking about the physical dimensions of this phone is really thin at 8.9 millimeter, which is pretty okay for a device like this. The battery is kind of huge on this device, which is 3000 milliampere hour. When it comes to the display is 5.2 inch high definition display. The resolution of the display is 1080 into 1920, and you get a pixel density of 424 pixels per inch. And in terms of the overall colors and brightness, this is one of the best displays which we have seen. The pixel clarity or the text clarity on the display is pretty good. The viewing angles for this display are also pretty wide, as you can see. You can view the screen from extreme viewing angles, either from the left or from the right or from the vertical viewing angles as well. There is a very minimal fading of colors which is happening, but still you can view the display. As far as comparing the dimensions of this phone, considering this phone has little above than 5-inch display, here we have a 5-inch display phone which is the Micromax Canvas 4, and if we compare both of these phones together, we will see that even the LG G2 has 5.2 inch of display. It is actually shorter in terms of the dimensions, both in terms of the width as well as in terms of the height, as compared to the latest Canvas 4. If you compare the LG G2 with the Samsung Galaxy S4, in terms of the size, this phone might be little bit bigger in terms of the length as compared to the Samsung Galaxy S4, but still it is pretty good. If you hold the device in one hand, it is equally portable to carry with one hand. The one-handed usage of this device is also pretty good. The display is not too big. When it comes to the front glass protection, you have Corning Gorilla Glass 2 protection on this device as far as display is concerned, so it will resist to the fingerprints and scratches to a great extent. Talking about the build quality of the G2, we see a glossy back cover on the G2, which is again non-removable, and the battery cannot be removed from this device, cannot be replaced on this device unless you take it to the service center. The back side of the back cover is kind of glossy in finish, but it has a kind of a texturized design, which is kind of you can actually feel it with your finger, and it gives you nice grip when you hold the device in one hand. As far as the weight of this device is concerned, the weight of the device is kind of comparable to the Samsung Galaxy S4. This device weighs around 143 gram as compared to the 130 gram which we have the weight for the Samsung Galaxy S4. So it is equally light as far as the 5.2 inch display is concerned. It has a bigger display as compared to Samsung Galaxy S4. Now as far as hardware is concerned, this device is running on the latest Snapdragon 800 chipset processor, and the processor is 2.2 gigahertz quad core processor which we have on this device, which is a Carrier 400 processor. When it comes to the GPU, you have Adreno 330 GPU, which is the latest version as far as the Snapdragon chipset is concerned. You also have accelerometer sensor, gyro sensor, proximity sensor, magnetic field sensor as well on this device. So when it comes to the home screen, this is how the home screen UI look like, and again it is running a custom UI which comes from LG, which again is kind of fluid. I do not notice any lag on this device as far as UI transitions are concerned. So the volume buttons are actually placed at the back side, as you can see. So it is quite awkward position for these volume rockers, but again you will get used to it once you start using the device. You have the power and sleep key button which is placed in the middle of the volume up and down button. You can again press it. It does have a LED notification light as well. So in case you have the device like this on a table, this light will glow over here whenever you receive any messages, missed call or any emails on the device, so that you get to know that there are some alerts which you need to address on your device. As far as other notification light is concerned, you also have a notification light over here. As far as the volume rockers are concerned, they are definitely placed at a different position, and again in the beginning when you buy this device or when you use this device, you will be in a problem of pressing the power and or trying to locate the power and sleep key on the edges or on the volume rocker over here. But after some days, like 3 to 4 days, you will get used to it, and in that way, after that time, you will actually like the design of these buttons, which are actually placed at the bottom of the device at the back side, and they are again easily accessible with the fingers. As you can see, you can easily access them with fingers. So the design of the placement for the volume rockers and the power and sleep key is very much different, which we haven't seen on any other device in the industry as of now from any other manufacturer. And this design is kind of different. You will get used to these buttons once you start using this device. For to wake up the phone, either you press the power and sleep key at the back side, or you just double tap on the screen to wake up the device, and you can again double tap on the screen to make the device go into the sleep mode. And this is something LG has actually done in order to use this device so that users don't have to actually press the button every time whenever they want to wake up their device. Even when the device is in the sleep mode and you want to launch the camera, you can always press the volume down key over here and keep it pressed till the time the device launches the camera, and this is how you can quickly launch the camera UI. Again, you can also take photos within the camera UI by just pressing the volume down key. Similarly, if your device is in the sleeping mode and you want to access the quick memo quickly, you can press and hold over the volume up key over here on the back side, and it will launch the quick memo for you so that you can annotate and save this later on. Now as far as home screens are concerned, you have like 4 home screen by default. Again, you can increase them and maximum can have 7 home screen, and you can set any one of them as the default home screen. The version of Android which comes preloaded on this device out of the box is 4.2.2, and again it will be able to get 4.3 over their update very soon. On the storage front, we have the 32 GB variant of the LG G2, and out of 32 GB you get around 24.80 GB available to the user for installing applications, storing picture, videos and other data, as you can see. And we have installed couple of applications and some heavy games as well. That is why it has consumed this much amount of memory. The total available memory is this much, whereas right now the current available is 17.81 GB. And again, the storage on this device is pretty good as far as the internal memory is concerned. So you do not have a memory card slot on this device to expand the storage of the device. The back cover is non-removable. In order to insert the SIM card, you have a little section over here, a tray, a SIM tray, which will come out with the SIM ejection tool, which will come within the package. So you can insert the SIM ejection tool over here to eject the SIM card tray, and it will accept a micro SIM, not a normal size SIM card. When it comes to the other thing which we have noticed on the edges, you do have a IR blaster as well on this device, so that you can control other consumer electronics like TV and other things from the IR blaster which we have on this device. And you do have a dedicated application as well on this device for the same. You also have secondary mic over here for noise cancellation and video chat. At the bottom of the device, we see the mesh for the loudspeaker. As you can see, you have a micro USB port for data syncing and charging, and you have the 3.5mm audio jack, which is actually placed at the bottom. When it comes to the overall design, this device is nicely designed. It has a plastic kind of finish with a plastic glossy back cover with texturized design, but you do have a metal band on the edge, as you can see, which again gives the device kind of a premium look. On the back side of the device, you have a 13 megapixel camera with LED flash. You have the volume rocker over here. You have the power and sleep key, which is over here, and here you have the nice LG logo, as you can see. As far as display is concerned, you have automatic brightness as well supported on this device. You have the proximity and ambient light sensors which are placed over here on the device, as you can see. When it comes to the front camera is a 2 megapixel camera, which is a fixed focus camera. You can record high definition video from the front camera as well as from the back camera, both at 1080p with 30 frames per second on this device. You have 2 GB of RAM on this device, and out of 2 GB of RAM you get around 860 MB of RAM, which is free. You can also use this device for GPS navigation. You just need to check the GPS satellite options over here, as you can see. One more feature which LG has introduced into this device is the slide aside feature, in which if you have opened any specific application, you can actually save that application in that particular state. For example, if you have opened Play Store and if you are on this page, if you want to save this, you can actually slide this application using 3 of your fingers like this, and it will get saved. In order to access all those applications which are into the save state with the slide aside feature, you can always swipe like this with 3 fingers, and it will reveal all the applications which are there in the save state. Now, considering this device is pretty big as far as display is concerned, although you can actually use this device with one hand, but LG has actually provided the one-handed operation for the dial keypad, for the LG keyboard, for the gesture control, and as well as for the lock screen pattern. Now this is how the camera UI looks like on the LG G2, and again this is one of the best camera UI which we have seen. It does give you a large number of options, and also the camera shutter is pretty quick while taking photos. It is kind of instant actually when it comes to taking photos. When it comes to modes, you have a large number of modes supported on this device, just like you see on other competitive devices including Samsung Galaxy S4. You have short and clear, in which you can actually remove the people from the background when you are capturing your the photos of your belonging in crowded environment. You also have HDR mode supported, you have panorama mode supported, you also have a 360-degree panorama supported, which LG call as VR panorama, and then you have burst shot supported on the device. You also have beauty shot, you have dual camera mode, in which you can actually take the photos as well as the videos both from the front as well as from the rear camera. And you can also have a time cache shot, in which actually it will show you the moving object at different point of time when you capture from this mode. You do have intelligent auto mode, and then you have sports mode for the high speed photography, especially for the objects which are moving at high speed. And you also have night mode for low light photos and the photos which you are going to capture at night time. So here we have some of the photos which we have captured from this device from the back camera, and again the photos come out to be pretty good in daylight, and the low light performance of this device as far as back camera is concerned is also pretty good. This is one photo which we have just taken in artificial light, and the amount of details which I can see in this photo is really nice, and quite commendable for the camera which we have on this device. When it comes to some other photos, we do have some other photos which we have taken in low light, as you can see, and the photo comes out to be pretty good in terms of the colors as well as in terms of the details. When it comes to some daylight photos, let me just show you some daylight photos. So the daylight photos are also pretty good. I have just taken a photo of my nephew, as you can see over here, in daylight, and the photo looks really good, as well as the beauty face mode which I have just tested also looks pretty good while taking a photo. And when it comes to some other samples, these are some other samples which we have taken in daylight. The photos are really good in terms of the clarity as well as in terms of the details which we have taken in daylight. Daylight performance of the device from the back camera is really good. As you can see, this is another photo which we have captured. Now this is how the phone dialer look like, and again, as you can see, in order to make the phone dialer go to the full screen mode, you just need to exit the settings from here and you can make it go to full screen mode. You do not have the video call option directly in the phone dialer, as you can see. Here we have the messaging application. Again, the messaging application has been optimized to make it look different on this device, and the keyboard which we see on this device now looks really better as compared to the previous keyboard which we have seen on other LG devices, and it is pretty okay in terms of the key size. You won't face any problem while typing on this device. When it comes to the pre-installed application which you will get on this device, you get a large number of pre-installed applications from LG, including the LG Backup application, the LG Live Square application, and a large number of other applications which you have on this device, including a task manager as well, which will again allow you to kill all the applications at once by just tapping over here. So you do have a large number of useful applications which will come pre-installed on this device, and also you have some other applications like dictionary which comes pre-installed on this device, so you can use it. You also have quick remote which will allow you to control the TV, other appliances as well, including home theaters and DVD players from this device using the IR blaster which we have on the top, as you can see over here. Now this is how the browser look like, and again the browser interface is kind of sleek and simple. You do have incognito mode supported within the browser of this device. When it comes to kinetic scrolling, there is no problem with the kinetic scrolling on the browser which we have on this device. And when it comes to pinch to zoom is again kind of fluid. The rendering of the text is quite precise, crisp and clear, as you can see, and double tap to zoom does work without any issues. So the browser is equally good as far as the performance is concerned, the overall browsing experience is concerned, and you can again play the YouTube videos within the web page without opening YouTube application for the same in this browser. So as you can see, we are playing a YouTube videos from our channel, which is a high definition video which we have on the channel, and this video is getting played in high definition resolution because of the good resolution which we have on this device. And this is how the viewing angles look like when it comes to watching a video on this device, as you can see. So there is no problem while watching a video from extreme viewing angles on this device. The viewing angles are pretty wide. I would say there is a little fading of colors which is happening, but again that is okay. When it comes to the volume, let me just increase the volume, and again you can actually increase the volume much easier because they are actually at the back side, because you are holding the device in this way, so they are much more accessible than the volume buttons which are normally over here. Now one thing which we are not very sure about, the overall loudspeaker sound which comes out from the loudspeaker on this device. As far as this video is concerned, it is not very loud, but again it does not get blocked when you place the device like this on a table or something, because the loudspeaker is actually on the edge, not at the back side, so there is no blockage of the loudspeaker when you hold the device like this. Now one thing which we do not like about the device is these touch capacitive buttons which are there within the display, so they definitely take some part of the screen resolution in some of the application which you will launch on this device and in some other areas as well. If they would have been over here, they would have saved some part of the screen. Now this is how the view will look like from the front camera, as you can see, and again the front camera is capable of doing high definition video chat. And one more thing which is good about this device is that you can actually capture the self-portrait shot of yours by using the volume down key, which is actually at the back, and you can easily capture any photo of yours by pressing the volume down key, and it will capture the photo like. Now when it comes to the OTG support, you do have OTG supported on this device, and whenever you plug a flash drive like this with an OTG cable with this device, this will pop up and you have the option of going across the contents of the flash drive. Now here we have the hardware information of this device. We have an ARM V7 processor on this device clocked at 2.2 GHz. It is a quad-core processor, and when it comes to the Qualcomm chipset which it is Qualcomm MSM8974 which we have on this device. The display resolution is 1080 into 1776. So definitely, because some part of the screen resolution is taken up by these touch capacitive buttons, so the effective screen resolution is this, as you can see. And let's take a look over the sensors. So you have a large list of sensors on this device, including the accelerometer sensor, magnetic field sensor, orientation, proximity, light, gyro, gravity, linear acceleration, AMD, RMD, VMD, and you have a large list of sensors on this device. Almost every sensor which should be there on the device, this device actually has it. So this device is running on the latest Snapdragon 800 chipset, so the overall performance of this device is really good, both on the application level as well as on the gaming level. And the Antutu score for this device is also kind of very impressive, that is 31667, which is again the very good score, and it is kind of an excellent score as far as benchmarking is concerned. On Ninamark, this device has scored a 58.5 FPS, which is again a very good score, and this device is capable of playing almost all the graphic intensive game, including Modern Combat 4, Frontline Commando D-Day, and Nova 3 as well. And as far as quadrant standard score is concerned, we have got a very good score on this device, which is 20207, which is kind of the best score which we have seen till now, and it is very high as compared to the other devices, as you can see, as far as comparison is concerned. And this is how the detailed score look like for the CPU, memory, input output operation, 2D and 3D. Now as far as quality of sound which you get from the earpiece is pretty crisp and clear. We have used it with the SIM card over here in India, and as far as the earphones are concerned, the quality of sound which you get from the earphones is also pretty good in terms of the clarity as well as in terms of the bass levels as well. As far as battery backup for this device is concerned, this device has a battery of 3000 mAh, which is pretty big for a device like this, which this much of display size, and it gives you around 1 day of battery backup with a moderate usage, I would say. For a heavy user it will be little less than 1 day, but for any user who don't use the device much, it will give you around 2 days of battery backup. So in normal, if you are a moderate user, you can actually get around 1.5 day of battery backup from this device. That's all from us as far as the full review of the LG G2. We really like this device as far as the design is concerned. As far as the build quality is concerned, it might have been better because it has a plastic kind of a back cover, but in terms of the overall design, I would say this is one of the best designed device which we have seen till now as far as smartphone is concerned, because the placement of the volume rocker is something which is kind of unique, which we haven't seen in any other smartphone till now. And this placement is actually very minimalistic in terms of the overall usage, I would say, because over time you don't have to worry about any of the keys which are there on the edges about the wear and tear, because the keys are actually at the back, so the wear and tear will not happen on these keys easily. Again, the keys which are there on the back are different in terms of the location, so you will get used to it once you start using the device, and after 3 to 4 days you will be used to the keys placement which we have on this device. Apart from this device has the latest Snapdragon 800 chipset, which is quite powerful both in terms of the application performance in day-to-day usage. The camera is quite fast, the camera shutter is pretty quick to take the photos. You do have a large number of camera modes supported, and when it comes to the quality of the camera photos, it is pretty good both in daylight as well as in low light, and we have tested the same. So do let us know if you have any specific question for this device. We give a thumbs up to this device as far as the performance is concerned. Let's take a look what pricing will it have when it comes to the price which is going to be there for this device when it is going to come in India. Another good thing which I really like about this device is the thin bezel. The bezel which is actually on the edge, as you can see on the left and right, is pretty thin, and the display is kind of big on this device, which is quite appealing as well, both in terms of the colors as well as in terms of the brightness, I would say. And this is one of the best display which you will see in a smartphone. So in all, we give a thumbs up to this device as far as the overall design is concerned, as far as the unique placement of the power buttons and the power and sleep key is concerned. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this device. We would love to help you. You can like the video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off.